Hey guys and girls, welcome to the third tutorial video for this basics math that's going to prepare you for any university math or whatever. So what we're going to go through today is just these basic rules of negative integers being multiplied and added and subtracted and things like that. And these basic rules apply everywhere. Okay, this is just the way it is. And these things are, you're going to see this in equations and in all kinds of stuff. So it's really good to know. And so let's just get started with some examples here. As you can see, if you take a number, a, and you add it to a negative number, b, and the parentheses are there because there are two operators here, mathematical symbols, and then you just have to separate them. That's why you write it with parentheses. So you can't write like 2 plus minus 3, like it just doesn't look good, right? So you just do that. So let's take 4. Just take some simple numbers. Minus 2. So what is that going to give us? Well, adding something negative to something is the same as subtracting it. Okay, so this is going to give us 4 minus 2. Okay, because these two symbols, minus and plus, will always become minus. All right, minus and plus is always minus. So you can just change this symbol here totally into a minus, which will give us 2 in the end. Okay, so that is an example for that. Let's take another example here. The same thing. Let's say 4 minus 2 equals. So the thing is that anytime you have two negatives together, will always give you a positive. Okay, so what this is going to do, this is just going to change, because we already at 4 and we're subtracting minus 2 from 4. Subtracting something negative from something positive is the same as adding it. So this is going to give us 4 plus 2, which is 6, if my math holds up. Oh yeah, never mind. So yeah, there we go. And let's go on to the next one. So this is a little more interesting here. Okay, since we talked about priorities last time, let's say 4 minus 2 plus 2 equals. So what is this going to give us? Well, as we said last time with priorities, is that we have to calculate the parentheses first, right? They have the top priority. But what sometimes in maths, later on in algebra, you'll encounter different symbols in here, which you cannot add together. You have to break open these parentheses. So what we can do is we can calculate this in two ways. We can say 4 minus, do it the regular way, because we can here, minus, and the parentheses is going to be 4, right? So this is going to give us 0. All right. There is another way to do this here, which is going to be 4 minus 2, added to 2, equals 4 minus 2 minus 2 equals. So what we did here, we broke open these parentheses, and every time there is a minus symbol, subtraction symbol, in front of the parentheses, and when we open them, we have to change every symbol within the parentheses to the opposite. Okay, so if we had a negative in here, this would have become a addition symbol. Okay, so to the opposite, not just to negative, to the opposite. So, oh, whoops, I'm sorry. So this gives us 0 as well. So it's the same thing. Just remember that there are two different ways to do this when you have a negative in front of the parentheses. So that's good to know. Then we have the multiplication part of it. So if we multiply to a negative multiplication with a positive, what are we going to get here? Well, every time you multiply something negative with something positive, you're always going to get something negative. Okay? So the product is always going to be something negative. So the product here would be minus 8. Okay? Just like that. And the same thing here, if the other side were 2 multiplied by minus 4, would also give you minus 8 as the product. But here comes a special thing. If you multiply two negatives together, they're going to give you something positive every time. It's the same thing again. Two negatives make a positive. So let's say minus 2. Let's change it up. Minus 5 multiplied by minus 5. Well, what's it going to give you? 10, because two negatives multiplied together will give you a positive. Okay? And the same thing basically here, and another example for division is that we have minus 10 divided by 5. Well, it's going to give you minus 2. And a good way you can check if your division is correct is to multiply the result here with the bottom number, and if it gives you the correct top number, the division was correct. So minus 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to minus 10. So we're correct here. It's a good way to check. And I'm sorry I don't know all the lingo here about all these things. I know what they're called in Swedish, but not in English. So I'm going to have to read up on that. But I'm sure you can find that in your maths book. So yeah, same thing here. Let's say 10 divided by minus 5 equals, well, it's going to give you minus 2 as well. And we can check here that minus 2 multiplied by minus 5 equals a positive 10, because a minus and a minus gives you a positive. Okay? So it gave you 10. So it's correct. And just to end things off here, minus 10 divided by minus 5 equals, equals 2. Well, we know it's correct because 2 multiplied by minus 5 is minus 10. So that's it, guys and girls. Check these examples out. Really simple, you know. Very, very important rules to remember. Negatives give positive. Okay? If you have a mix between negative and positive, mostly you'll always get a negative product or a negative result. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope everything is going well with the learning, and I hope you learned something today. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.